not avoid it all in simple. Maybe they'll let it go at that, but there are a lot of...
CB squared has 51 minus degrees of freedom, making...
On the way home, I got hungry, and I ate it. We're Americans, and we only like competition, okay? I'm eating, and I'm reading a book, and this waitress comes up.
Did you seriously think you could somehow change the world from here?
Yeah, sort of at first.
And how do you feel about it now?
I'm not blazing with satisfaction or anything. But the truth is, it all ended for me the instant I shared my memories with you. At that point, my work was done. I figured that you'd probably be able to run with it from there.
You're a hell of a liar, kid. I clearly recall you didn't want me involved.
I'm sorry, but the minute you share and synchronize all your information, you lose your uniqueness and become absorbed into the unconscious maliciousness of a third party that has no motive. Or perhaps into the will of someone who does have one.
Are those your words based on what you've gained from hard-earned experience?
Yes, and the fact is, you yourself played the role of a laughing man copycat as well.
Well, I have to admit it was a fascinating phenomenon. At any rate, what was your underlying reason for triggering such a huge event in the first place?
To you, everything that's happening in the world appears phony to be something other than what it is, right?
That TV sound, Joe?
Yes. When it comes to cyberization, I'm pretty much the shining example of a poster boy. So you'd think at the very least I would have felt terrified at the thought of contracting cyberbrain sclerosis. I'll tell you, it was a simple piece of mail I stumbled across the net that began this whole thing. What I found was a blackmail document that had probably been sent to Serrano Genomics. It was armed with a thesis that was a comparative study of the inadequacy of Serrano micromachines versus the effectiveness of the mRNA vaccine.
Then the original lagging man was the person who offered it.
You could put it like that, I suppose. I am the machine that reveals the world to you as only I alone am able to see it.
See the Pervs? He was a Russian filmmaker, wasn't he?
Yes. I was kidding myself by thinking it was my personal mission to prove and circulate that information, vital data I alone could happen upon.
Failing spectacularly, the pure innocent mediator grew dejected at the base nature of the social system and he turned abused.
Yes, it was because of that I became a vanishing mediator. Just like an author whose existence is emphasized with the fact that he rarely puts out any new works of publication. In other words, by disappearing with the access of the social system, our sociological theory ultimately vanishes to leave no trace of its presence inside or outside the system.
Frederick Jameson, I believe.
Yes, and no. Masachi Osawa too. Even though I was familiar with the words, I didn't believe it until I saw it with my own eyes. Who knew that copies could still be produced despite the absence of an original? If you had to give a name to this phenomenon, what would you label it?
It would be standalone complex.
Yes, it's the standalone complex. From the start, the very nature of our current social system has contained mechanisms to trigger such an amazing occurrence. Personally, however, I feel this marks the beginning of a new era of despair. What's your opinion?
I don't know. It's impossible for me to say. Although I have found one thing capable of restoring your individuality after all your information has been synchronized.
Oh, really? And what's that?
Everyday human curiosity.
You're right. You know, that's something that never occurred to me. I think my brain has already started to harden.
All right, folks, here we go with another insane stream with us going over stupid insanity, crazy stupidity, and idiocracy. So thank you all for being here, and here's one of a song I produced. I've never tried to put on CCs for this. Is there? Can I? Oh, you can't put on subtitles. Never mind. Okay, that makes sense. With 14,000 warheads, that's not in my hands. Apocalyptic Badlands. With an itchy trigger finger, 14,000 warheads, that's not in my hands. Apocalyptic Badlands. The structure of failure as we watch the collapse with blast wave piston technologies for destruction. Do cyborgs, do we have to wait, or does the machinery replenish cells? And what do these questions really mean? I felt like this was like one of my more like culty songs, or songs that like, although I think Till Terror Tuesday is way more culty than this, but if you don't believe it, I used to be a conspiracy theorist and almost getting into cults or making my own when I was younger. And that's why we're so anti it now, and why I feel like I can talk about these things, because of being involved in a bunch of crazy shite when I was younger. And cyborgs have to wait, or does Doc, you're fucking funny. Jesus. Sending me a link to my own freaking stream. That's a good one. That was a good one. That was really fucking funny, Doctor. I should have known because you don't stream. So I should have known that it was my own fucking link. Anyways, thank y'all for being here. Let's go ahead and do our intro-y type things, and then we'll bring in our guests, and then we will blow on with the insanity of cults. I think I have a bunch of fun stuff planned for y'all. I hope it is entertaining, and I believe that's why you all come here to join us, is because I'm either funny looking or entertaining. I don't know. Damn, that's never done that before. That's fucking cool. Usually it's that side that's always see-through. It's normally not that side, but that's okay. Okay. Anyways, I think I have my thingies off. Let's do this. Hold on. There we blow. Now I'm not as fuzzy. Okay, that looks better. So let's do this.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
Yeah, whatever it said. And then here.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead. You're stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, you're stupid. And then here is the intros.
Mama!
Oh, mama. Son of a bee sting, I didn't do it right. We're gonna try this one more time. Hold on. All right, there we blow. How's everyone doing?
Doing good. How are you?
Good. For a second, I didn't know what you were playing, Ollie Min, but then I noticed Batman suits. So
yep. It's Gotham Knights.
That's kind of because I hadn't noticed anything that I saw familiar in this yet, but then I saw that. Yeah, then I saw that.
Yeah, you don't get to be Batman in this game. No spoilers. Okay. I won't tell you where Batman is.
Okay.
No spoilers.
Okay.
But you basically play in all the different Robins and Batgirl, right?
Oh, okay.
So.
I get to play with Batgirl? Never mind. Sorry. That's something
all the different Robins, too.
Yeah, and all the Robins.
There's Barbara Gordon. That's Batgirl, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Tim Drake is the youngest of the Batman.
Right.
Okay.
The original youngest of the Robins. The original Robin has now been called Nightwing, right? His name is Dick Grayson.
Okay.
Right? And then there's this guy over here. I can never remember his name. It's Red Mask is what his hero name is.
Gotcha.
Jason Todd. He's the other Robin. He was killed by the Joker and brought back in the Lazarus pit, right? So
how does
he's all fucked up.
How does Darkwing Duck fit into all of that? Never mind.
right.
That's a whole nother thing. That's
can't answer that one. Sorry, I haven't seen any ducks in this game yet.
Damn it. That's the what's it called? The Easter egg.
Or
It's
syndrome.
when you find or that. Yeah.
If you all know
All
where
right.
syndrome is from.
Syndrome?
The Drome
Syndrome.
of Sins. Oh, never mind.
There we go. Now we're on the show.
Not a DC,
Ow,
not
there you go.
DC. Think Disney.
Hey, I'm here.
Think Pixar.
Very below.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Hey, yay.
Now, I have a Ukrainian in my vehicle, so be very quiet.
Okay.
So
I'm smuggling him across the border.
Ah.
intro.
Yeah.
From where to where?
I'm just smuggling him around in places in Canada. Just don't tell Vlad.
As long
we promise.
As long as you're not keystring him to smuggle him, then
yeah, that might not, especially sitting down, that might not be comfortable.
That's
Just
not-
saying.
yeah.
That's not
As
what's
long
going
as
on.
as long as he consents, that I guess it's okay.
Yeah, I'm helping him get home because otherwise he has to wait 3 hours for his wife to get off work.
Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, we know that
Gotcha.
you're an amazing, helpful person there. Al,
Right,
so.
right.
All right. Well, sometimes I am. Sometimes I am.
Sometimes.
All right. Anyway, I interrupted the
Sometimes
whole thing,
he
but,
is. Yes.
How's everybody doing?
We're doing good.
Sometimes
How are
he is.
you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Having a great day.
I'm doing good. I met a person who makes outdoor mobile portable smokers, and I was like, hey, you're gonna be doing all these like grand openings or doing all these like outdoor things. You need fire performers? You need a grinder act? And he's like, fuck yes, Slam, because I've known him for a couple years now. He's like, yeah, we're totally gonna book you to come out and like do things and bring out people to do stuff, because I was like a smoker, the fire smokers, right?
Right.
Cooking meat.
Right.
Why not bring fire performers out, right? Like we should be spitting fire and stuff.
Oh, that'd be
for
cool.
Him demonstrating these new designs that they're coming out with around town. They're gonna do like 3 events in the next couple months. I was like, if you want real fire there, we can do it. And most of these people have their own fire license permit. So they can do it in most places. And in Fort Collins,
nice.
if you have your fire insurance license, then you can perform in most places. Yeah. So that's my new news.
Nice.
All right. So let's see. Let's say hello to the Cyberman chats. We have a Beck. How's it?
Hello,
I
Beck.
sent you a link in Twitter if you want to join us.
If anybody wants to join, let us know and we'll send you a link. If you asked for one already, give us a second to get there. And we'll definitely get one sent out. And I may just post it in the freaking side chat anyways, because like we won't let
and take your chances.
No. we won't let people on if we don't know who you is.
True. Yes,
so
smart.
If you put weird sex freak and put a weird avatar, we're probably not gonna, even though we want those people, I'm not gonna let you on. But if you put your username and a thing that we can guesstimate who you is, and it takes 5 milliseconds to boot somebody as well. So anyways, please make me do a shot. I have a little bit more vodka left. We have a demon orb.
Hey, demon.
Bill Portley.
Hello, Bill.
Jesus. Well, I hope everything goes well with that. I hope they is. I know that they went through something yesterday or whatever. Let us know, Mango, if you need any help with anything. I know
I go see my fair share of children's hospitals with my youngest, so I feel for you.
Yeah.
So.
And then we have our Schisma Crasher, and of course, our Schisma Crasher is our channel sponsor, and here is their commercial. Thank you for being a lovely person and being our channel sponsor, their skits. And thank you everybody who joined got a subscription to me again. It looked like 6 of you yesterday
They were gift
members
memberships. Yeah,
again.
5 were at least
Okay,
gift memberships.
okay,
Yeah.
sweet. But
Yeah.
thank
So
you.
they were
for-
gifted. So that's really nice.
Yeah. Thank you for being a part
That's why
of
I'm
that
getting mine.
whole thing. Awesome. And if you are one, you have emojis. And Schizma Crasher, show everybody what all those emojis are. And then we have our Doctor Who that is here, and it's fine, Doctor. It was just funny that you sent me a link
Yes.
saying that you were streaming, and I was like, yeah, of course it was my fucking link. Jesus Christ. I'm easy to get sometimes. My homie the other day, he kept doing that thing, below the waist, and I kept fucking looking at him, and I'm
the
like,
surfer game,
yeah. And then he did something else that I looked at too, and I was like, God damn, dude, I haven't had to not pay attention to those things for so long that I fall for them again. Oh, he did this thing, and then yeah. All right. So everybody, if you are a member, there is the talk about it later, the cookie, the tinfoil hat, the flat earth, and aliens. So as we are going through these things, I'm sure most of you know, but I'm going to reiterate it. If we go over aliens, you put the alien. If we go over tinfoil hat stuff, or you feel like a tinfoil hat needs to be put in because it is that crazy, put that in. If cookie starts speaking, put in the cookie. If Hick comes out, same thing. Or if I say mango, let's talk about it later, or talk about it later, then you put the talk about it later as well. They're all just fun things that y'all can do to add to the stream. And then of course to the bottom right, there's always the little happy face, the heart, and the laughing, and the shocked face, or whatever as well. So the more that you all interact with the stream, the more that YouTube wants to pretend to put me into algorithms or put me on your front page and stuff, even though they're never going to do that. But the more that you guys interact with us, the more fun it is for all of us.
Exactly.
And they did add all that shite, so we might as well play with all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying, I mean, if somebody's gonna put it out there, you might as well play with it. Never mind. All right. So
that's what she said.
That's what they said.
That's what they said, right?
Yeah. It's our sister. Hi, Sydney. How are you doing? I'm glad that you can join us, and hopefully you're doing well. And hopefully you get to have a bunch of fun you will have fun with us for this as well. And yes, so I'm very glad that you are here. Let's go ahead, and if there's any people that are lurking, say hello to us, or don't. It's okay.
Hi, anybody who's lurking. We don't mind if you lurk.
Yeah, and you can still click on all the stuffs and things, the little art thing. You can hit that and do things, and it doesn't tell anybody who did any of those. So you can still interact with us anonymously through the chat.
Yes.
So what we're going to start with today is entertainment that is made by cults. So these are movies, shorts, films that were made by cults to propagate their propaganda. Does that work, right? Yeah, that does, right? Propagate their propaganda. Oh my jeebus, that actually is it actually
yeah, I agree, it works.
I've only watched this to the booby part, and that's all I'm gonna say, and I haven't watched it past because I couldn't get past some of the first parts of this, and that's why we're showing this. If it gets boring later, I've got a handful of other things like 20 weird rules Amish women must follow. And I believe being Amish is a cult. I think in the bike model, technically, if you don't know what the bike model is, we will go over that in a second. Let me look up, or Mama, can you find something on the bike model and put it in the private, and then I can open it, the Wikipedia of it or something. And you know what I'm speaking about, right, Mom?
I do. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And I think most of us do, because we all deal with this crap a lot. So I think everybody should know what the bite model is. But just in case, we'll go over the 9 steps of it. I think it's 9. I don't remember. But
There's
anyways,
steps. I know that there's steps. That's what I'm going
yeah,
to look
I think
for
it's
you.
I think it's 7 or 8 or 9. I think it's 9, but I could be off. But anyways, so this channel that we're going to be watching right now is called Paper Will, and they're the one who made entertainment made by cults. So everybody, if you please go over to Paper Will's channel and like, subscribe, and watch this and comment and all that fun stuff, because you'll see how awesome they are at being a content creator. And I don't know another way for me to find this these films or something without having found this. So everybody give them love and go. If they start talking too much, we will get in. I will just get it to the where it needs to be.
Want to be a member?
No.
This is the 1931 animated classic Bimbo's Initiation.
Thank you, Demon.
And it was one of the very first examples of modern entertainment to be based around a cult. And over the years, cults and French religious movements have become the subject matter for hundreds of movies, cartoons, TV shows, documentaries. Clearly, there's something very appealing to watching entertainment created about cults, but that's not what we're doing today.
No.
Hi, I'm Paper Will, and today we're watching entertainment created by cults. They are movies, they are comic books, they are cartoons, music videos, anime, public access television.
Dude, just wait until we get into, like, I've seen a handful of these before, but I couldn't get past the first thingy-mabobber, but just let him explain
For the
this.
ladies. We'll also see how many of these groups are using YouTube to find new recruits even today. Hell, most of these cults have way more subscribers than I do, which is both kind of funny and also kind of sad. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Amshin was a Japanese cult formed in 1983, fusing some ideas from Hinduism, Buddhism, and various generic Christian elements. It was started by this man, Asahara Shoko, and well...
Oh, Jesus Christ, I forgot about this. God damn it. Oh, dude, if you don't know who this fucking weirdo is, oh my Jeebus. I believe he gassed a bunch of subways in Asia somewhere, or there was 2 or 3 times that he got people to gas out people in subways. I'm trying to break these things up, obviously, and then giving you the information that I have about what I know about these cults as well, because the thing they're going to show right now has nothing to do with anything about that. And then I think that he unalived himself before he went to trial or something. Let me double check that. But anyways, yeah, it was they made homemade that gas. And they did it to multiple subways. I want to say in the 1990s. Maybe it was in the early 2000s.
I remember something in the 90s with this. Yes, I remember something in the 90s. Yes.
So that's what I was thinking. So there's multiple times they sarin gassed subways or underground trains. I don't know if there is a difference. I think they both. But anyways, but it was. Oh yeah. So one time it happened in 1994 in that place, and then in 1995 is when they did that. And then he had his members taking a lot of LSD as well. He was taking a lot of LSD, and then he had his members taking a lot of LSD.
Correct.
Because they believed that that was a way to mind control people, even though it's not a very good mind control device. Manson did it, and a couple other people kind of used it, but it's not very. The FBI and the American government, other governments have been trying to figure out a way to mind control people for a long time to make what are those things called when you're an assassin? You don't know it, but if like you hear a code word,
you're like a sleeper.
Yeah, a sleeper cell.
It's like
right?
they trigger something in you to make you do that. Yeah.
Yeah. And so the governments around the world for thousands of years have been trying to make sleeper cells where you can mind control somebody and get them to do exactly what you want or to forget things and blah, 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 yakety schmackety. It's not there's nothing that we've found so far. Even the truth serum bullshit, whatever that thing is they inject into people as a truth serum. Sodium pentothal or whatever, that doesn't even seem to actually work very well at all. It seems to help people relax. It's more like you should just fucking get them drunk. If you just get them drunk and in the right situation, ask them the right questions, they're most likely going to divulge information, and or you can kind of get people to do things suggestively when they're under the influence of certain things, but you're not going to get a truth serum and or a zombie serum to where you can just give somebody something and they're going to do exactly what they want. And they tried that with MK Ultra. They were trying to make a truth serum. They were trying to make it so that they can control people's minds and blah blah blah. If it will go over the MK Ultra thing eventually about how they misted gentlemen in peep show booths with LSD while they were looking at naked chicks. And the reason why they thought that was going to work the best is because if your heart rate is exaggerated because they're jerking off, that you're going to intake more of the drug. And then also, if you're doing this and you're married and have kids, you're not going to tell anybody that you felt like you got drugged, right?
Okay.
You know, you're going to go home and be like, no, wife, kids, no, I'm cool. I'm good.
I guess
I'm
the
good.
concept is your heart beats faster, pumps the blood faster, therefore you'll take more of the drug in.
And because what they were doing, instead of actually giving it to you internally, like on your tongue or they were misting them in these booths. So you're in a 2x2 booth sitting down. They just would spray you with a mist right quick. And so they were trying to make sure that you at least got some in you. And then they were following people around. That was only one part of it, because there was that one gentleman who they gave LSD to, who was an FBI agent. And a week later or 2 weeks later, he ended up jumping out of a 4-story window and blah, 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 yakety smack. So we will go over MK Ultra in the near future. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Commander. Anyways, let's keep blowing on with this.
So I did find out he was executed in 2018.
That's what it was. Okay, sorry. He was executed. I knew he was not alive anymore.
Not around anymore. Yeah.
I knew that. For some reason, my brain, because I go over so many of these, or I'm doing research on so many of these, I get things a little confused. But that's why y'all are here.
I'm surprised it took him that long to execute him, actually. From the time it happened till the time he was executed, that's a long time.
A lot of governments take a long time for people to be executed. We're some of the worst is here, because supposedly you can keep trying to.
Well, here we have appeal after appeal after appeal.
That's the problem that we have. And it was that exactly. Anyways, let's keep blowing on. And then here is I believe this is a cartoon that they made, but we'll see in a second.
Well, he didn't initially get very much public attention. Shoko managed to push the group into stardom after he announced that he could fly with yoga. Oh, you don't believe he could fly?
Right. That's right.
Explain this picture, huh? Or this picture, or that first picture again, because he only took like 2 of those pictures. That's right. This group only got famous because their great leader could butt jump so well, people thought he could f***ing fly. At his peak, the group had nearly 30,000 believers, which is pretty insane. But even so, it just sounds like a funny oddball group of yoga fanatics, right? Yeah, they like yoga. They believe they can fly. What's the big deal?
1995年3月20日午前8時頃
Okay, so here is the cartoon. We just need to get into the cartoon. So here is like I said, the animation they made to promote this a flying butt jumper dude.
Young animators to produce content for his group. Content like this.
Oh, wow.
There he goes.
He's flying and he's transparent.
The very first time he learned how to fly.
Flying through.
Yes, I can fly. I can fly. Here I go. And remember, this is a scene. This is a whole anime designed to get you to join the group.
who would ever watch this and be like, yeah, this totally makes sense? Because cartoons are fucking real. Just like when you see Naruto or you see Dragon Ball Z and they
Oh my God.
damn it.
Look at this.
Yeah, just look.
Because he could just butt jump.
And yeah, that's exactly like it. Like literally, that's what he's claiming. And in those photos, like we really don't need to go back to them, but it's literally he is just
butt jumping.
He's lit. Yeah, no, And when you take a photo and you have a high exposure shutter speed,
I gotcha. Yeah, when they catch him in the air, right?
Yeah, that's how you shoot sports photography, right?
Yeah.
You need the shutter speed to be fast as fuck, but then you need your aperture to be open enough to get enough light in for it to be that fast. They just and they probably took a whole roll of fucking photos of him doing that, because that's how things work. That's the other thing that these idiot fucking like flat earthers and stuff, they're like, oh, look, this one photo. Yeah, but you know how many photos they had to take that did not come out? Like, I've worked in photography, videography most of my life, and you have 3 cameras. You're taking things in multiple directions. You have a gazillion lights set up to do this. You have to set up the right thing. If you look into how many films were shot improperly, there is a gazillion and a half from the 1950s to the 1970s where people did not understand how to shoot film video. And they're like, anytime you look at there's a lot of old B movies. They're just you look at it and you're like, why is everything yellow? Or why is everything this? They didn't white balance it. They didn't have the right lighting. They didn't know, like there's a handful of things. It's really, really difficult to, you know why it costs $1.5 million to freaking make a movie? Because it's hard to shoot. That's the real reason. Not that like they're just like handing money to a bunch of nobodies or it's only going to the actors. No. It's really, really hard to shoot stuff and do special effects. They're really fucking hard to recreate. I worked in special effects as well, blood, guts, and gore, and blowing stuff up. It's really hard to fucking make those things happen the way that it's supposed to look in film, right? In reality, when you see an explosion, it does not look like it looks in Hollywood. But the Hollywood version of these things, you make it look that. Or when somebody gets their like bowels cut, their stomach cut open, you put way more guts spilling out than it would normally be. Like, it's not that dramatic
or way more blood. Yeah.
The blood squirting. Like you have 9 ounces of blood or whatever, right? But you can like have these
8 pints of blood or something,
movies,
and that's it.
Yeah. That's pints, yeah. But when you have these horror movies, it's like
it's
for half an hour, and you're like, there's not that much blood in one little 90-pound woman. It's Anyways, let's keep going on. And it's so redonkulous that he couldn't even figure out a way to like make this into a stop motion film in real life and or any shot in any real way. He had to fake it. And again, now he's showing him doing like a butt bump trend on TikTok or something like that.
Right,
is what's going on. Like that's a butt bump trend on TikTok. Everybody do the butt bump.
And of course, if they look, they're like, oh, he's flying when they're watching him. It's like,
and now they're flying for a second, but now he's sitting here doing nothing. And then like, oh my God, what?
Oh my God.
And now he's floating, but they only show
he's flying.
A millisecond.
Yeah.
And then now watch that. Jesus.
Oh, did they make a song
oh my
for
Jesus.
him?
I don't know. I don't know, but we have to listen to at least part of that. Oh my Jesus Christ. Okay. Here we go.
You have to get that dance crowd in too. So following the 1990s dance craze, Asahi Shoku decided he was going to make an early pre-viral video dance. And it
oh Jesus Christ. Okay. Thank you, Paper Will, but we're gonna just like let
Oh,
If you're curious what they're saying, it's leader, 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 Asahara, our leader, 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 Asahara, our leader. Yeah, it's a.
We
it's the same thing over and over and over again. Of course.
And then, like, what is this like? It's like a cheerleader dance.
I was gonna say, it looks like cheerleading. Yeah.
Yeah. This is what 5th grade cheerleaders in the Americas do. Is this?
Wow.
Okay. So L. Ron Hubbard. Oh Jesus, we are going into this. Okay. I did not want to get into Scientology, but here we go. Scientology. Go ahead and sue me. Fuck it, I don't care.
Created by science fiction author L. Ron Hubbard in
We're not, you know.
Nothing is happening other than we're just going over your idiocracy. But nobody's leaving your religion because of this fucking channel.
The fact we're watching this and this video still up on YouTube is promising. Okay.
Yeah, executively.
53.
Oh, Battlefield Earth. God, that was such a crappy
movie. Between a money-driven business and a self-help religious.
Oh, it was awful.
According to Hubbard, stress and negativity weren't the products of things like trauma, but were actually just caused by something more simple. Dead alien souls called Thetans, which float
called Thetans. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna get into.
We all know Scientology, right?
Yeah. So now we're just gonna get into this.
Ourselves of our
shit
own Thetan buildup, a process known as auditing. You put your hands on this machine, a Scientologist will ask you some questions, and you'll try to get the number on the machine to go down. What was that? What does the machine measure?
Dude, those things look so much different than the original or the ones that I saw like in the 90s.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
They look
it's
like we don't even need to hear. Those things are that's what they used to look like.
Yeah, see the cans just look like a cans with wires in them.
Yeah, the cans you hold and then the person manipulated this and then they could change all of these things on here. There's even a clock. What the fuck? Anyways, there's so much and trim and then nowadays, what do they look like? Please show us what they look like nowadays. Those things. Well, they still have the kind of the cans, but it's like way more.
I'll help you clear out your Thetan buildup. The
your
system has been extremely profitable.
Yeah. Okay. Is this still Scientology?
Look at our white Mercedes. It's a rental. We gotta return it.
Yeah, if you look at the back,
that is Scientology. Oh my Jesus Christ! Horrible.
You can see the word on the seal in the back behind that guy.
Yes.
For a second.
Horrible Scientology rap.
We got to get rap because that's where it's at. For we're gonna get all the kids. Got to use rap.
Exactly. Yeah.
God. Oh, I saw Applegate.
Where's the boobies? There's the booby stuff somewhere.
We are going pretty fast, so.
I know, but I thought it was like right. I thought it was right. Oh, there it is. There's the booby stuff. Here's the booby stuff.
Okay.
This is what we need to talk about right now. Is this?
We were able to actually change the laws, and women could go topless. Could you imagine if the men in this state had to wear tops? Men wearing bikini tops. Surfers, yogis, heck, even acrobats in bikini tops. Dancers.
I just want to take a second to remind you that we're watching a video from the.
Jesus Christ! Yes, it's the Raelians. Yeah.
The Raelians? Oh dear God, no.
Yeah. Jesus Christ! Okay, I'm gonna mute this because.
Yes. Oh.
Go topless.
I have to get topless.
Okay.
What did I miss?
You have to wear bikini tops now.
Yeah.
Men have to wear bikini tops.
I think I'd make that look really good.
Hey, there's some men that need to wear bikini tops, okay?
Yeah, bigger boobs.
Got to have that
and
support, man.
titties. Yeah.
I don't need the support. I don't want to keep my hair from freaking people out.
So what they're really pushing for this, I kind of went a little bit further, is they are pushing for women to go topless. Which sure, we totally need that. Like I am not against, like there's the God, what was it called?
Free the nipple?
Yes. Free yeah, there we go. In Denver, we did that every year, and I was one of the people, obviously I went around topless, but I was one of the people who went around and followed all of our 100 friends that were topless, that were female or whatever. And we made sure when the religious people came to like try to get people to put on clothes or try to cover people or to try to stop us, we were the ones who pushed them to the side, got them to the back, and let the police take care of them. Because we usually had like 5 police officers following in the back. And all we needed to do was just funnel them to the back and just be like, they're starting shit. And the cops are like, technically, legally, it's okay. You are disturbing the peace right now. And they aren't, because they actually got the permits for this. And, you know, so
there we go.
Why would I not do that? Especially since my significant others were part of the protests. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to let anybody touch my fucking topless significant other.
You're like, I mean, people should have bodily autonomy no matter what. Is it, I can only imagine the way the US is. Like, it's not cool regularly to walk around topless where a man could be topless.
Right.
In Colorado and probably most of the US, is that right?
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, because in Ontario specifically,
anywhere public,
province
let's put it that way.
You could, if you could be topless as a man, you could be topless as a woman, but most stores and restaurants and things have a sign saying like no shoes, no shirt, no service kind of thing. And that's up to them, right? Like they're allowed, like, but a guy can't walk in topless either, right? Like there's just, you have to have
well,
a
if it's a private business, they can set up whatever rules they want.
But you could basically male or
within
female
reason,
or any other version of anything that you are. It doesn't matter whether you're perceived as having boobs, say, which I think is what usually people are worried about. You can have your nipples bare either way in this province. And there was a big thing about it like 20 years ago. And it's totally legal here. They just said, yeah, you can't tell people what to wear, what not to wear. Below the belt, I think there's still some rules about that. But you can get a permit to have a protest, is what you're saying, Slen. Is that right?
So
like they've had that?
So nowadays it is legal for females to walk around topless downtown Denver.
Okay.
We actually got the laws changed, and actually in most places in northern Colorado, you will not be criminally charged if you're topless as a female, not causing a nuisance. So if you're in your backyard or you're in your front yard, or if you're breastfeeding, because obviously there's not going to be a bunch of women that are just going to be running around topless downtown.
No, God, no.
But it literally was so that people could breastfeed and or wear whatever they kind of top they want, or if for some reason their top fell off, or like I was saying, if they want to be in their backyard topless, technically that would be somewhat illegal before this.
That would so that would just be outdoors, even on your own private property.
Yeah.
And by a nuisance, it's stuff like you can't like
a crowd
corner flashing people to like cause car accidents, but
you
like,
can't have like a crowd build around you. You can't make people can't be. You can't be doing it so people crash their cars or
like
whatever.
These people that have the fundraiser car washes. I would think being a nuisance would be holding a sign naked, jumping up and down that would be a nuisance, right? Like there, because you can cause, like Slim said, you can cause accidents.
Well,
People on bikes could
yeah.
get, crash. It would cause a lot of problems.
I mean, if you
you could get in trouble if you don't have a permit or some sort of crowd control for like, if you had a sale on, like they've had problems where people have like gasoline where it's like 20 cents a liter cheaper than everybody else. And people line up around the block, and they're like it's not about a nipple, it's about a nozzle, but it's the same thing. It's a problem, right? It causes an issue for traffic.
If you had 3 nipples and you pulled them out on the street corner and you caused a car accident, then there's the problem.
Right? You need gasoline to come out of one of those nipples and you can sell gas real cheap, then like just show me where to line up.
If you start squirting people in the face with your boob milk as they're stopped at the light that you're crossing, then yes, there's a anyways. Let's blow on to let's get into this one. Of course, I hit the wrong button.
That happens.
No way.
But not in your sex dungeon.
Yeah, no, not there for sure, because that's when bad things happen. But it's the wrong button there. Anyway, so this is the leader of the world's most bizarre cult that Vice did a month or 2 ago or something.
Oh, come on. There's got to be somebody else out there going, hold my beer for this. Come on.
Spirits, ghosts, angels, and demons that cause everything.
Does this guy not realize that they've had psychic doctors all over the third world countries already before him? This is the exact same thing.
Exactly.
And he's supposedly this wise leader of it now.
Yeah. No, it's redonkulous.
No, sorry, dude. You're doing what other people have already done.
Yeah, no, this is already like, charlatans and fakes have been doing this same crap for a gazillion
centuries.
Years. And you think that you're going to be able to trick? I mean, obviously he's tricking people, but you think that you're going to get away with it? Obviously not, because that's why we're here with Vice.
Astrology.
How did you figure out all of that? What happened to you, and why are you so knowledgeable? And how to? That's the thing about like these flat earthers and conspiracy theorists. They're like, blah blah blah. It's like, but how much time have you actually spent on any of this stuff? Honestly,
he does what they all do. He's a con man. He knows exactly what to tell you. And the medicine's more of a placebo medication. He makes you feel better in your mind, so you'll feel better in your body. That's it.
Or they have like
they have like a formula for how to like convince people that that you figured something out, and they like Slim. You've talked about this before, haven't you? About
being a snake oil salesman. Yeah, that's exactly what you do to do this. Is you come up with
the way that like the fortune teller works their way through a few simple questions and makes it seem very innocuous, but they only have to talk to you for like a couple of seconds to like, make a few lucky guesses or whatever, right? And then and you remember like they talk about this. You remember the hits, not the misses, right? Like if you have if you don't have a skeptical mind about what they're doing and you want to believe it, like you'll say, oh yeah, well they figured this out. Like you won't say, well they were totally wrong on these other 8 things.
Yeah, you'll ignore the other things. You're right. The things are wrong on, and you'll.
And especially if you're coming to somebody for counseling, relief, peace of mind, or an answer to something that you can't fathom, or you know what I'm saying? Like, why did my grandma die, or why did this, or why did my puppy get ran over, or why am I broke after somebody stole money from, like they're looking for answers. So if you can give them a vague enough answer, they're going to want to run with that, because that's what they're scared of, is the non-answer. That's why I believe a lot of theists that are anti-atheism say that can't be a thing because they're too scared to not know an answer. And that's the problem that you have being an atheist is, how fucking scary it was when I was 15 years old, or I was 16 or something. And then I had to I came to the realization, fuck, nobody is watching. There is nothing after. And am I right? I don't know, but the weird trauma that you go through once you don't believe in a deity anymore is way fucking crazier than just running with the fucking God thing and going, yeah, when I die, somebody's gonna give me a life for eternity. That's way easier than you believing that as soon as this light turns off, nothing happens after. You know, I hope there is, but when you come to that conclusion, it's harder than going and finding a psychic that's going to tell you there's an answer to something, or that there's a something, or going to a church and having the pastor, priest, or whoever tell you there is a reason why you're suffering, or there's a thing.
Right. They prey on people at their lowest. At their lowest times, they prey on people.
Yeah. And that's why you're going to keep following them. You're going to go along with whatever small amount of hope there is behind that. You have the faith to keep going with that. And that's where this problematic bullcrap happens, just like Alex Jones pushing all the conspiracy stuff.
Right?
Hopeless fucking middle-aged men or old men that have anything in their life anymore. There's no direction. They have no real reason for existing, right? They want to find something. If I can hate the New World Order and I can get all these guns and I can make sure that I got enough food in this bunker to make my family last for, they have a reason for something all of a sudden again. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, they're just a fucking hopeless nobody doing nothing with their life because they already grandma told them, go get married, go have kids, and that's it. Right?
Or they were told, honey, you're special. And then when they get out in the real world and realize that no one's paying attention to them, some of them lash out like these idiots.
Well, and that's the whole thing that we were taught. I'm going to put it this way. Being a fucking white man, I was told I was special for no reason my whole entire life, just like Mom was getting at. And then you get to a point and you're like, oh, if I don't have a direction, or I don't get married, and I don't get the white picket fence with the dog and the wife and the kids, and wait, I'm a no. But that's why I found what I do. I'm a traveling artist. I'm a sword swallower. I entertain. That's my purpose in life, is to entertain you, everybody. Not that I have a direction and I have a purpose. And when I go on stage and when we do these things, I get to sputter out stuff. Like on stage, I make jokes about political stuff. So it is changing people. And who's going to fucking forget that they saw a sword swallow? Or if you're fucking 12 years old and you staple money to me, who's going to fucking forget that? Nobody. Right. That's exactly what I want. I give people memories they're going to have for the rest of their fucking life. Or they get to go to school or go to their friends and be like, oh my God, look at what I just fucking saw, or look at this video I took of this dude. Because I totally tell people to take videos of the performances because I want it to be shared. I'm not monetizing it, so might as well let everybody in on it. Okay, so let's play a little bit more of this, and then we'll get into the Amish thing, because literally he doesn't say that much more, but I need another beer, so we're just gonna play this for a little second more. If you would like to see me do a shot, go ahead and send me monies. If you send Mango's monies, I'll do a shot as well, because she still needs a little bit of help with the stuffs and the things before she moves into the house, I believe tomorrow, but we'll talk about that when we know more information. So here we blow. And lady, I have to say this, cross your fucking legs. Anyways.
I could say, Serge, I've been stuck in Gemini for 400 years. That would be...
How'd you... sorry.
Stuck in Gemini for 400 years. Okay.
If your penis is stuck inside of somebody for 400 years, you need to see a doctor like the second day that it happens or something. Like, you waited 400 years to be stuck inside of a woman? Never mind. Sorry. We'll talk about that later. Citation needed
for all that needed.
And I only heard like the last. I need to actually get wireless.
He was saying something about
we've
gone through an evolution or something, that we no longer have human genes or something like that. We're no longer human or something.
Well, genes are made out of cotton. And
yeah, that's true.
I'm kidding. I'm sorry, Mom. No,
I got it.
Go ahead.
Something like that. But they're getting to the gist of what he's talking about, and he's claiming now he's male and female, no gender, that kind of thing. Now that I guess the human race we move beyond whatever. I don't know.
Hey, homie, if you're non-gender and or you're both genders, then let me have sex with all your holes and then prove it to me.
Well, I don't know if you get to go that far, Slim, but like, I mean, that's not the part I would have any issue with here at all, is like what kind of gender expression this entity has.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that they consider themselves an entity different than any average human.
Right.
Like, aside from gender expression, that's like this smartest person in the world part is where I'd like to like. That's the first
and that knows everything, and that knows everything about everything. Yeah.
That. It's like, okay, Einstein, will you sit down and do like pass the GED right now then?
So if you,
I want a pop quiz.
Yeah, exactly. And if you know everything about everything, don't you know that fucking shirt is fucking awful? Anyways,
it does not make you look taller, dude. I'm sorry.
It is not flattering, homie. Just to let you know. I'm just kidding. Or whatever you want to be called. I don't know. They, it, whatever. I don't care.
I have a feeling that guy is also probably a vegan. I don't know. He just by the way he talks and everything, he's probably a vegan as well.
And then
maybe breatharian.
They're probably a urine therapist as well. And
they probably drink their own urine. Yeah, who knows?
Does that mean you only breathe in air that was respirated first by a plant?
Yeah. After you eat the plant, you're eating the plant while you're. Never mind. I'm just kidding. No, but no, he's probably a urine therapist. Which what I mean is he gets $1,200 escorts to piss in his mouth. Never mind. Allegedly.
Alleged by whom?
Right. By whom exactly? Anyways,
who's alleged this?
Well, he makes her stand on a ledge. He makes her stand on a ledge first, but we'll talk about that later. Anyways, homie, what I was gonna get at is a lot of these spiritualist woo peddlers like this, they want to claim that as well. Throughout history, they've been claiming that they are unisex or both genders or gender fluid or whatever, but citation needed. And I'm only saying that because they're scam artists. Anybody else in the world that I meet that says that to me, I'm like, you go girl, boy, you know what I'm saying? You do what you do, you. I don't give up. But this, he's doing it as a grift, saying that he is both genders, all everything of the things, and he knows everything. If you know everything, then do you know when I got herpes? You know, like
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
oh my God, I wish James Randi were still alive, because I bet you he'd be telling this guy, okay, I've got these 10 PhDs. We're gonna sit you down and have you answer their questions. And we'll see if you know everything about everything.
2007.
Huh?
August 14th, 2007.
God damn it, you were there, son of a bitch. Never mind. No, I'm just kidding. God, I knew you were in the corner watching. No, I'm just kidding.
He was.
Anyways, you know, it's so easy to dispel these people, but nobody's going to try to do that because they're only going to surround themselves with people who are going to fall into their whatever they're saying. One of the things that they did, I don't remember who it was, but a long time ago or years ago, there was somebody who did a study about fake hypnotizing people.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so what they did is they brought in a group of people, they brought in people on the stage, and they pretended to hypnotize people. And they saw how many times people went along with it. knowing they're not being hypnotized, right? Because you don't feel any, like, honestly, I've been on stage being hypnotized, and your brain tells you to go along with it 98% of the time. There were 3 people out of like 100 people that they tested that didn't participate. But what they did afterward is they went to them and said, this was an experiment. Did you feel anything? Blah, blah, blah. And all of them were like, no, I fucking faked it. Like, I clucked like a chicken because I didn't want to look stupid on stage because I'm in front of an audience, and they primed this to be this way. So that's a major thing, like him talking to an audience, and or cold reads in an audience, and or their hot reads, which is easy as fuck to do. If you can get somebody's credit card information, where they paid, their address, their name, and a handful of other things, you can do research and find out exactly enough information to guide a reading with people.
Right.
Yeah. And James Randi was the one who put up $10,000 or said for $10,000, if you can prove that you're psychic, you will get this money. I think it was $10,000.
To my knowledge, he never paid out, did he?
Nobody could ever do it. And now, R.I.P. him. I think there's still. I think he still has a thing out there that if you can,
I wouldn't
prove
be surprised
it,
if he had a foundation or something and was
I think and I think his wife is still running that. So technically, you still could win it. I think. But anyways, let's go on a little bit more with this fucking idiot.
Soul has been reincarnated more than 2,000 times.
I
orgasm
like a woman every time I orgasm.
Wait.
What? Here, go back.
Wait. What? I got to do that, right? But. Unless you have both fucking genitalia, other than that doesn't make any.
How do you orgasm like a woman? Just saying.
I mean, unless you like somehow like squirt out of a hole that you don't have that like soaks
when you
the
orgasm,
bed.
it's primarily it's mainly in your brain. Right?
Yeah. Female orgasms are more.
But your body builds up the lactic acid or something. But all of the pleasures in your brain, the orgasm and everything, it's in your brain. So how do you orgasm like a woman? You know what I mean?
Dude,
I don't know if there's genders to orgasming.
I got a call from home, and then I come back and I hear Glover Mom talking about how to orgasm.
Do you mind if I face this way?
Yeah, that guy claimed that he orgasmed like a woman and he could orgasm like a man. But he orgasmed like a woman more or something like that. I'm like, and so we're talking about how
I understand what the difference is physiologically.
But
what's the difference? What's the difference in the brain?
Physiologically, there really is no difference. Physiologically, it's just a buildup of lactic acid in your muscles. But the orgasm,
the
pleasure, the feeling, it's in your brain. That all is in your brain.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So for men, it's a lot more visual because we get to actually see the penetration.
True.
Women,
I get you.
It's at the wrong part.
Like,
No. That's what we do for sure. I totally
I
get
get
her
that.
to put her legs behind her head and so she can see me, or we put mirrors or whatever. And there are ways for that.
Closed circuit television, whatever you're into.
No. I mean, I record all the sex that I have after the NDAs signed and the contracts and never mind.
So you can see the sound waves.
Yeah. After I hook up all the electronic equipment never mind. But that is the why it's different for male and female. Men are visual orgasmers or we feel it in our junk. And it's not so much brain service, right? Where, like Mama was saying, it's more mental. That's why getting her in the mood is such a great thing. Getting them to get their senses ready and other things. Foreplay, during play, talking, and is better than showing and or like
yeah.
there's
I
a
get
lot of like feeling as well, but it's not visual like we have.
Okay, I'm so confused about what you just said.
What?
Like, because I thought there was like a brain reaction for everybody, and there's a
No, of course.
physiological. When I say a physiological difference, like the parts are different, but also like there's an ejaculation component for. I'm thinking almost all biologically male, sort of typical what we think of as male. Right?
So let's put it this way. When you have her bent over and her face is in the pillow, she's not seeing anything. It's all nerve reaction, which is brain
all feelings.
stimuli.
It's all feeling, which is in the brain.
Where I have to keep looking to make sure that I don't accidentally pull out and go into her butt.
Right.
I need to keep making sure.
You got to concentrate more. But I'm talking when it comes down to the orgasm itself.
But that's what I mean. For us, it's more visual and more like this being here.
Now
where
I know
if
why
you
I'm
blindfold.
confused. Now I know why I'm confused. Okay.
Okay.
Glover Mom just explained it to me, because I think Glover Mom was talking about the actual, like the moment of
when you
release of like the orgasm feeling, right? Where maybe you could hook a man and a woman and any other sort of version of that, like somewhere in between, up to like some sort of like a brain scanner and see a very similar like release of chemicals in the brain.
Right.
But what I feel like Slim is talking about is something else, which is like from whence the hornness comes from.
Yes, I know.
Different, right? And that's why I'm so confused about what Slim was saying, because I thought Slim was saying that men don't feel an orgasm also in their nervous system, and I thought it was all
No. We're more visual. We're visual more.
The turn on is more visual. Yes. Okay.
The turn on, the arousal is more.
The orgasm.
The process of it is more visual.
When we jizz, your eyes need to be open to make sure that you don't get in her eye, so she doesn't go blind.
Right.
I'm not going to tell that story now, but I do have a story.
Not get what you're saying, Slim.
But that's the difference, though, is during sex and during orgasm, women's brains are more involved in the whole sensualization of the feelings of it, where we have to be more visual, and we're very visual. That's why like men watch more porn again for getting to, but to have the orgasm, we see that a lot more. We have to look at the vagina or the arsehole or inside her mouth while
to get to the orgasm state. Yes, I get you there.
Yeah. And then again, I have to keep my eyes open to make sure that nothing goes wrong.
But what he's talking about, I think he's talking about at the moment of orgasm, though, when all that's been, you know what I mean? And it's just like, what? You know,
this dude saying that he how does he know that he experiences it more like a female than a male?
Right.
Unless he has.
We need to line up an interview with a blind sex addict.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Can you imagine?
One from each gender, ideally.
Ooh, that would be awesome.
That'd be good for a control group, though, wouldn't it?
And then
get two sided and two not sided, and see what the difference is.
And then put them at a glory hole, even though you don't need to have one, but do that kind of thing, right?
Right.
Is that a man? Is this a woman?
I got you.
No. But like,
no, I see what you're saying.
What's like, is this a dildo, a vibrator, a warm vibrator? Is this a dude? Is this a chick? Is this a chick with a fucking strap on? Is this a female tongue? Is this a male tongue? I mean, there's so many options you could do with that. It would be fucking amazing. Wow. Anyways, don't give me ideas.
Slim,
You just gave us ideas.
Did Mango write all that down to talk about?
Oh, Mango, we'll talk about it later.
Come on.
Actually,
Yeah,
this is
write
like a
that
new
down.
thing.
We're
This
talking
is
about it later.
Research this later.
And if you're somebody who's blind out there, or at least partially, hit us up and we have an experiment to do with you.
Well, you do know with flat earthers, if you're blind, there's one flat earth out there. If you're blind, then you can't be a globe. What was his saying? That all globe earthers are blind. So if you're blind, you don't even know what the shape of the earth is, basically. But you're a flat earther, I guess.
Yeah. And they always say use your senses, although most of them have hearing aids and glasses and a pacer.
This one particular one is like if you're wearing glasses, then those glasses, obviously they help you see. But it's just like then you're all. He's like all globers wear glasses. It's like no, it's not how that works.
But the ones that do have one more reason than everybody else to believe in refraction.
True, that's true. Without refraction, I can't see or read.
Do. None of us can actually, but
right, true.
There's a natural lens in your eye as well.
Yeah, you're right.
For
You're
those
right.
of us that happen to be human. Yeah.
All right. So flat earthers, if I put a blindfold on you and I fuck you in your ass and you don't see it, am I actually fucking you in your ass?
Right.
Anyway, sorry. Anyways, let's keep.
We're getting off a tangent again, but no, let's go.
I know. That's why I need
blind people that enjoy sex.
I just thought it was funny that it's like our reaction is so if you wear glasses and you're blind, you're automatically a glober.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you're actually blind though and you're wearing glasses.
No, I mean,
never mind.
If you wear glasses or you're blind.
Oh,
this guy's saying then you're a glober, basically.
Oh, yeah. Well, I do wear glasses and I am a glober.
Yes.
I'm a globular.
You're a globular.
The other evening, yes.
Hey!
As
you know that
circular.
That scene stick that the blind. Hold on. You know that scene stick those blind people use. It doesn't prove the fucking globe, so the Earth must be flat.
That's right.
Okay, so let's keep going on with it.
It can't detect the curve.
It can't detect the curve.
So that's the shape of the Earth. It's a cylinder.
It's stick shaped. Never mind. Anyways, let's blow on. So weird rules for the Amish women, and here's why they wear their bonnets.
Dress code and bonnets. Amish women have to adhere to a specific dress code, which includes wearing traditional dresses and clothing, along with a bonnet. Showing off their hair isn't an option, but the bonnet isn't just a fashion accessory. It actually serves as a symbol of submission to both man and God. In fact, it's referred to as a prayer covering, and when they're outdoors, they wear an actual bonnet on top of this covering. The Amish clothing style is characterized by simple, conservative attire. For women, this typically includes long dresses, aprons, and bonnets, all made from dark-colored fabrics. They even have specific rules that govern the width of dress straps and the dress's length when seated. And when it's time for church on Sundays, married Amish women wear black caps and aprons, accompanied by plain white bonnets. Unmarried women, on the other hand, don white caps and aprons with black bonnets. However, younger women may have less covering, resembling a Mennonite woman's attire, which some consider less modest. In addition, expected to submit to their husbands. A woman's submission to their husband is one of the many doctrines that the Bible preaches, and Amish marriages and societies heavily draw from religious principles and biblical teachings. These teachings place the wife in a submissive role to her husband, especially in public settings where the husband must lead and the wife follow suit. Considering this strict adherence to the words of the scripture, it's no surprise that this is one rule they really regard in high esteem. As a result, Amish women experience limited freedom beyond their household and they aren't supposed to cut their hair.
We already knew that.
Amish women never cut their hair, ever. This rule is in adherence to a literal interpretation of the Bible. As a result, Amish women refrain from cutting their hair throughout their lives. In fact, they consider it shameful for a woman to do so.
And so they wrap it up inside of these little...
Yeah, they put it up in buns and stuff,
Instead, they let their hair grow long and usually tie it into a bun secured under the prayer covering on their head. Similarly, after marriage, Amish men are not permitted to shave their beards. For Amish women, their hair holds special significance, and it is regarded as their glory according to biblical tradition. So cutting one's hair is seen as an act of defiance against God's will. Hence, it is strictly avoided in their community. Their
we'll go to
dolls
this
usually
one.
don't have faces. Imagine turning around in your sleep, your eyes fly wide, and the first thing you see staring back at you is a faceless doll. As creepy as that sounds, Amish women are most likely used to this occurrence, as they typically have dolls without faces. These dolls, found in Amish country, have gained fame beyond their community, with their distinctive lack of facial features setting them apart. This unique tradition stems from the Amish belief in refraining from creating false idols, which is based on biblical teachings. Consequently, Amish mothers do not give their children dolls with faces, such as eyes or expressions, as this is seen as a violation of their religious principles. In fact, Catherine Lengacher, a doll maker, clarifies that authentic Amish dolls do not have faces. The absence of facial features in Amish dolls also learn where babies come from as teens. Amish children are not typically provided with formal sex education classes or discussions about their changing bodies, puberty, or the reproductive process, but it's not without reason, as this lack of formal education on the topic is part of the Amish approach to maintaining a modest and sheltered upbringing for their youth. They are assumed to discuss these topics among themselves and rely on peer-to-peer communication to understand the intricacies of puberty, reproductive health, and intimate relations. In the close...
Well, and they marry off their young, and so if you tell them about the things
they have
and
that
stuff,
thing. I forget what it's called when they're like 18. They're able to go off to the city and just do whatever they want.
Yeah, it's the 2 weeks, whatever, the sabbatical, whatever it's called,
I forget what they
something. I
called
don't
it.
remember.
There's a name for it, but they go
The
off
side
and do
chat-
that for however
yeah.
long,
It's
and
2
then
weeks, I
they some
believe.
come back, some don't. It just depends on
Yeah.
on the team.
Yeah.
But I think that's to give them a choice of here's what it's like in the world.
There we
the
go.
other world
It's-
versus
here-
our world.
Here we go. This is what we're
You're
talking
16?
about. Rumspringa.
It's time for Rumspringa.
Yeah, there we go.
Rumspringa is a unique and culturally significant
Thank you,
rite of passage
Bill.
within the Amish community. The activity is designed to give the youth a taste of the outside world
Mhm,
and its
there you go.
modern temptations. When they turn 16, they are allowed some freedom and flexibility, deviating from the customary...
One of the major problems with this, though, is all the communities that are around these Amish communities.
Mhm.
They actually try to scare them back into the Amish
Oh,
communities.
see, yeah.
There are establishments that are with people that have kind of left, and or they go to a fucking bar and these
Right.
people are like, go back to where you came from, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of them get scared back into it because they've never fucking talked to a fucking weirdo before. Some
They've never
drunk
been
dude
outside
comes
of
up
their
to them
little
and goes,
compound.
hey, lady, you know what? Blah, 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 blah. And they're like, whoa, what the fuck? And
It's like
and
they're used to just being in a compound with 300 people because their
Yeah, and
compound's
then
only 300 people. Once they're more than that, they go off and do another compound.
And then I heard that there are people like that are in the community that own businesses around, and
Right.
so when they come in to get coffee, they're like, you're gonna get ard, and you're gonna end up in the dug under in a shallow grave. They do things to get them to be like, oh my god, I want to.
I don't want to do this. I want to go home now. Yeah.
They make it sound ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I heard I missed a lot of this, but like being part Mennonite myself, I was reminded about how fast and loose us Mennonites are with our
you guys are.
It's like yes, I believe the Mennonite girls will wear a dress that is half an inch off of the ground, whereas the Amish girls wear one that actually scrapes the ground.
Oh my god!
It's a slight difference. Yeah.
Can I see wrists or elbows?
No.
I knew it.
We have Mennonite communities out where I'm at, and I remember when I was younger, we went to a Wendy's as a family, and there were a Mennonite family right there eating at Wendy's.
Oh yeah, no, the Mennonite. There are the way I know of it, and like I'm blood related to the community, but I've never really been in it because we got kicked out a long time ago, like 2 generations ago. But my neighborhood, if you will, like the general world that I live in, has a lot of Mennonite and a few Amish, but mostly Mennonite people.
I knew that your beard looked familiar.
Right?
Yeah, I know. If you saw a picture of me when I was younger, I actually wore my beard a little bit more in a sort of a traditional Mennonite fashion. But that's
Yeah.
that's
The
another
neck
story
beard?
for another day. Yeah, I
I
had sort of the neck beard, but not. It's a little different. Anyway, I'll send you guys some pictures. Anyway, the understanding that I have from the ones that I'm related to and the ones around here is that they sort of fit in two camps. One, they colloquially call car driving Mennonites, where they're still extremely conservative and they'll drive like a black car, generally only black vehicles. Although recently, with the cost of vehicles being what it is, their conservative nature has like allowed them to just buy things that are cheap rather than like ordering up black ones. But then there's the non-car driving ones. So you actually see a lot of people with horse and cart driving around in the general sort of neck of the woods, if you will, that I live in. They'll go, and there are communities that are hugely established with the Mennonite community, and so there will be businesses that are owned and run by Mennonites and staffed by Mennonites, and there's a mix of the car and the traditional or old order, and then with the Amish. I think there's a bit of the same split, but there's less of them, so I know less of that. But my understanding is the difference between those two cultures is exact same culture. It's like one guy was like, "Hey, I'm out of here. You guys are doing it wrong." Much like other Christian sects have had that sort of split. But yeah, the conservative dress and stuff is pretty universal across the board. I'm surprised they were putting Mennonites down in that fashion.
What about Christian sex? We can only do it missionary. Oh. Never mind.
Sorry, I think my Canadian accent may have had that.
No. I'm you know me. I'm just being a jokester to break it up so that we can get into the next thing. That's how I segue things normally.
The segue, yes. Hop on your little two-wheeled unicycle.
Your little scooter, the little Segway. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And just out of this. All I have to say about the Segway is do not drive it next to a cliff. Otherwise,
I was going to say, don't ride it over a cliff. You're fine.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll have the same fate as the fucking inventor. Anyways, so we're going to go into a little bit more.
Same mindset, Slim.
Yeah, exactly. I know, Mama. That's why I love having you on here. Anyways, let's blow on a little bit more with this, and then I'm going to show you an Amish gentleman who was given a DUI driving his cart and buggy.
Drunk. Yes.
Yeah, the drunk Amish dude. Yeah, it's amazing. Okay, so let's blow on.
Restrictions they grew up with. For Amish girls in particular, Rumspringa presents an intriguing opportunity as they often experience more stringent rules and expectations at home.
But once again, one of the things about, like, even if you are just... So one of the problems with people not letting their kids like start imbibing or understanding the concept of drugs and alcohol, LGBTQ, transgender, blah, 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 until they get into college is they delve head first into all of it.
Right.
Because
they don't know.
They've never heard of licking a girl's pussy being a female and drinking alcohol and cocaine and these other things. So when that happens, people overdose or overindulge, and then you have a backlash. Either people keep delving further into it, stop, or people figure out how to manage it. Most of the time, it's people that already have like been dealing with drugs, alcohol, and sex, and were taught about things at a teenage age before they got into it. Like me, I had already had sex with like a handful of people and have been already like drinking and smoking weed and doing LSD before I got into college. Although I did get into college a little bit later than most people because I was already running a club in Tijuana, Mexico, and putting on events that I was making thousands of dollars every time we put on an event, personally myself. And then my parents were like, we put aside money for you to go to college. And I went, well, I might as well go to college. And I did it for fashion at first, and then it was electronic music production. And so I went to 5 years of college and I was 5 credits short of getting my degree because the money ran out. And I was like, who's gonna like look at that I didn't get my degree in electronic music production? Nobody's, they're normally when you go to get a job for video photography or sound, they go, that's the equipment, go show me how to use it. And then you like literally like set it up, fix it, and then make things work. And if you can't, you don't get the job. If you can, you fucking get the job. Exactly, doctor said.
Yeah, it makes a lot more sense than having somebody that like read about it in a book somewhere.
Yeah, and I mean, I did have proof that I went to college and I did go through it, but you tell me to set up a fucking sound system that's supposed to play a 6-piece band on a stage in a 1,200 person venue. I know how to set up the rack. I know where the equalizer, never mind, the compressor, the everything is. And then I know how to set up everything. I know how to put in the fucking 86 microphone, which is a vocal, and then there's the other ones, and then close-up mics, and then how to test it, and then make sure that I'm not. I mean, dude, I've been running soundboards since I was 18 years old, pretty much, and it's been a long time. And then being the stage manager for Time Warner public access stage that they had, I have ran lots of different equipment over and over again. So again, nobody ever asked me for my degree. Like it hangs on the wall, right? That's the only time that you need it. You don't just walk around with your degree and show it to people.
Oh, do you?
So, I mean, so I never had to have it. But when somebody asked me if I had this this thing and I plugged into this, how would I blah blah blah? And I'm like, oh yeah, okay, well I know that certain type of microphone goes into this, or I know the 1/4 inch goes to this thing, and it's all digital now, and so I'm kind of like edged out a little bit, but I never had to show my degree to anybody to get the huge gigs that I got. And same with swallowing swords. I never got a degree in that. You just show people video of you swallowing a degree. Yeah, there
must
interesting.
There must be a university to like.
There are schools. No, there are sword swallowing schools. Right? There's everything. Every type of sideshow act you can do. There are schools they'll teach you, just like there are clown schools, just like there's magician or magic schools and blah blah blah. There's a school for stuff and things,
and for stuffing things. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, well, that's how I got my dungeon degree. Anyways, is stuffing things.
I thought it was going to be like a Julia Child sort of.
Oh yeah.
yeah. But anyways, like I have proof to get the jobs and gigs and the things that I do. Like I just show people I can do these things, and that's but anyways, let's go a little bit further into this. We get what Ruspin Swinger is, or whatever.
Rumspringer.
Well, usually when I rum spring her,
she likes to rum swinger.
Yeah, rum swinger. Yeah. There we go. Okay, let's see. Let's go to Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's go to let's go to sleeves over elbows.
Sleeves over elbows.
This is what I was talking about earlier.
And simplicity in clothing is of utmost importance for Amish women. This applies not only to the length of skirts, but also to the sleeves of women's clothing, as they are expected to wear dresses with sleeves that reach or even cover the elbows. The emphasis on covering the elbows stems from their interpretation of biblical teachings, which underscore the significance of modesty in appearance. By covering their elbows, Amish women avoid drawing unnecessary attention to their arms and maintain a sense of humility and propriety.
Because every time I look at a bare arm,
But
I'm
there's
like,
one
hey, she
there,
can
we're just
jerk off
not
me.
covering her elbows, that
No,
slut.
no. I know that's what's even funnier about how the way they're explaining this is like these people aren't the lady in the back or all the way to the left. She knows how to be proper over her. You know what? If I see a woman's arm, it just makes me think of her jerking me off. So
Back in the day,
I mean,
when women dared not show her ankles, God forbid you show your ankles.
When I was
these things have changed over time, right? Like
amongst
many cultures, like
so Al, really quick. That's why in this photo they are having their elbows being shown because it's not as strict as it used to be.
Right.
But
Okay.
when I was working with the Native Americans, when I was doing Native American stuff with the adventure troop with the Boy Scouts, and we were around a lot of Native Americans, we were told like why they wouldn't show their ankles, knees, and elbows and wrist for certain times, and it was mainly for the non-wed yet to not show certain parts. And then during certain ceremonies there were certain the men could be like half naked. I mean, their junk could literally be flapping in the wind. But for the women, like they were like most of the time they were head to toe fucking covered. And it was interesting to hear the stories about exactly why, or to keep them guessing or whatever that they would say. Banshee was the best show and had an Amish correlation. Banshee where? What?
I never heard of
I know
it.
what a banshee is. The weird mythical creature that yells in the forest or whatever. I think,
And
right?
it predicts
And it
death.
has like red eyes.
It's like an Irish. Entity or whatever.
It's European. Anyways, so let's get a little bit further into let's get into the last part, and then we'll get into a little bit of the darkest cults.
No pregnancy rest or baby showers. As we've established, women are unwaveringly expected to fulfill their duty of bearing as many children as
So as soon as you plop out a kid, just back into the field.
Possible for their husbands. Considering the use of contraceptives is strictly forbidden, it goes against their deeply held religious beliefs. These women end up birthing more than 3 kids. But even while pregnant, these women are treated just like they were before they conceived, meaning that they go about their daily.
Oh my Jeebus Christ! Did y'all see that?
These women are treated.
Hold on. Watch. Oh yeah, that's gonna make you feel better. Just like hold a crystal over her fucking pregnant.
Oh, you know what that's for, don't you?
No,
they're either predicting the sex of the baby or something like that.
Okay. I thought it was to relieve her fucking. I thought it was to relieve her pregnant. Yeah, sure. I thought it was to relieve the pregnancy pains, and I was like, "Son of a bitch, fuck you all!" For thinking that's helping at all.
There's these weird,
it's a
like,
superstition
I guess they call them
thing
old
with
wives'
it.
tales about how to tell,
Okay.
if you do this, and they say like the way your belly is, like if it's higher or lower, there's all these.
Which
weird
is not
things.
true, by the way.
I don't think those are Amish or Mennonite things. I think those are just like general like tales.
In society, old wives' tales things,
And oh my god, it doesn't work. No way. Okay,
the how you carry your kid is not indicative of what sex it's going to be. I'm here to tell you.
No, not that. There are weird little things that technically could change that, but we're not getting into that right now. But yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about now. West Side, and hello, West Side.
Oh, it was on Showtime. Okay.
Anyways, let's go ahead and just start delving into. I'm going to try to make sure that we get into just the beginning of this. We don't need an intro.
Excuse me.
Okay, maybe, sure. Let's just go with the beginning.
The Manson family is one of the most infamous cults in modern history, thanks in no small part to the notoriety of its leader, Charles Manson. But who were the other members of Manson's so-called family, and what happened to them after the cult finally fell apart? Sometimes referred to as Manson's right-hand man, Charles Tex Watson is believed to have been the only one with a gun on the night of the Tate LaBianca murders, thus making him the actual killer of at least 2 of the victims. In 1969, Watson was arrested and extradited to California, although originally...
Okay, I can see it now. Okay. Let's go to here, which we've kind of already gone over this a little bit.
Cult leaders have died in various places and various circumstances, whether in prison or in a mansion, alone or surrounded by followers, hated or revered. Keep watching to discover what happened to the remains of the following cult leaders. In the late 1960s, Charles Manson formed a cult that came to be called the Manson family, to which he preached racist and misogynistic ideologies. It's suspected that members of the family committed several murders both before and after their most infamous ones, which started on August 9th, 1969. That was when Manson sent 4 of his followers to a Beverly Hill house.
Doing the right thing
for
a family member.
When Jim Jones started the People's Temple in 1956, its integrationist politics were considered progressive. But by 1977, Jones's motivations had become increasingly self-serving. Paranoid about outside interference, he relocated about 1,000 of his followers in a remote settlement in Guyana that they named Jonestown. On November 18th, 1978, after members of the temple shot and killed several visiting investigators, Jones ordered his followers to poison themselves, starting with the children. Anyone who ran or refused was shot, or possibly injected with poison. In total, 918 people died. Guyana refused to bury the bodies on the site, so the American military undertook a massive operation to transport them to Delaware's...
Jesus.
Where I lived in the Bay Area, it was a huge story. It was huge all over, but it was even more huge because the majority of people came from the People's Temple in Oakland, California, that were down there. So it was like a huge deal for us.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't that far from Oakland where I lived.
Fucking Oakland was crazy when I went there on tour. That was it's the only place that I ever saw. We drove in after landing in the plane, and there was a cop car that was parked on the side of the street. And then 2 hours later, we drove by it, and its tires were taken off, and it was on cinder blocks.
Yep.
2 days later, when we drove back by it again, it was the next day it had its doors taken off and it was spray painted, and then the next day it was burnt to the ground.
That sounds about right.
Oakland was like one of the craziest places.
Depends on where in Oakland, but yeah.
No, I know. And this was before the pandemic. Okay. So I don't know how it is now. I'm not going to claim that I know, but
it's East Oakland. You want to kind of steer clear of.
I guess that's where we were. I have no idea where we were 100% because I was touring, but we went to go get cigarettes at the liquor store up the street, right? And so we only had to walk like 6 blocks or 4 blocks, and we go to the main strip or drag, and there's all these prostitutes walking the fucking strip. And every time us white boys, that's what we were.
Right.
3 white boys were walking by them. All of them, they're all Mexican or Spanish, all of them would like turn their heads and like not like they would never say hello to you, and they wouldn't acknowledge you. And then I sound so bad, but anyways, every alleyway was a pimp in that alleyway. And after we walked to go get cigarettes and he paid for it, I didn't go into the liquor store. And then we started walking back, and I was like, we got back to the place, and I'm like, why were we mad dog by every pimp? And why did every hooker not look at us? And he goes, the pimps won't let them pick up white dudes.
Yeah.
They only want Mexican dudes. And I'm like, what the fuck? It was so weird to like hear that after like I grew up around the track. Well, my best friend's, Jesus Christ. Okay. My best friend's dad was a black pimp that only pimped out white crack whores. And they were transvestite.
Okay.
White transvestite crack whores. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe if I'm saying that wrong word, I'm sorry. But that's what I grew up around. And then going into a track and having people not pay attention to me was like, wait, what? I thought they're here to make money. Like, why wouldn't they take my $20? But for some reason, they wouldn't let them pick up white dudes. It was really fucking weird. Anyways, let's keep blowing on. Yeah, no, it was
money's money, right? Money's money.
Well, that's what I thought. I was like, what? I can't pay $100 for one of them? Like, and they're like, nope, they none of them will pick you up. I was like, what?
Well, you know, like even capitalists have to have some kind of standards, right?
I guess so, man. But it was just weird. So, anyways, I got to use the loo right quick, and we're gonna play this, and this is gonna be the weird, fucked up shit that cult leaders say. And after this, I'm gonna find some palate cleanser because we're gonna need it after this. So I will be right back.
It may be a rant against rock music. It may be convincing a bunch of teenagers you're a vampire. Throughout modern history, we've had our fair share of cults. Keep watching to hear the creepiest things the most infamous ones have said. Church Universal and Triumphant is one of several groups that believe in the I Am, which is the godlike higher aspect of all people. Religious teachings from all around the world are incorporated into their beliefs, but the main goal for their members is to purify themselves for what they call ascension. The church was founded by Mark Prophet, but it was his wife and successor Elizabeth Clare Prophet who reorganized it into what it is today. She claimed to be able to receive messages from the masters, past humans who spiritually transformed into non-corporeal beings, and prophesized major disasters throughout the 1980s. These prophecies prompted church members to build bomb shelters in preparation for doomsday. Although the church persists to this day, they may be best known for a recording released in 1984 called Dedication to the Tackling of the Beast and the Dragon. As detailed by Vice, the track was included in a collection called The Sounds of American Doomsday Cults and has since been sampled by many musicians. In this rapid, almost incomprehensible rant, Elizabeth Clare Prophet calls upon the I Am presence and references the God Flame, Jesus, and Buddha. She then ends the recording with an odd condemnation, saying, I have come to you this evening to begin a spiral ongoing of challenging the cause and core of rock music, the great anti-freedom force of the planet. One of the most infamous events in the history of cults is the Jonestown Massacre. As noted by Rolling Stone, Jonestown was the largest number of American civilian deaths in a non-natural event before 9/11. The People's Temple was a popular radical religious congregation in the 1970s with political sway and thousands of members. However, faith healer Jim Jones perverted these popular ideals for his own ends, and as his power grew, so did his paranoia. By 1977, he had moved his
Okay, did they actually say anything from these people, or is this the dude who was
he's just going over.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
they didn't show anything from them. He just was going over who they were and what they did and everything.
Okay, because literally, I feel like did not share. Well, they kept going over like the same kind of things, and yes, of course, those like old cults are definitely the worst. I did think they went over other things, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, I think it's about that time. Tomorrow is Drunken News. We're going over deep fried pizza, security robots, men's tampons, and destroy Dick December.
Oh, is that okay? Yes.
You'll find out tomorrow. You have to join us to find out.
We just got done with No Shave November, so now it's Destroy Dick December. Okay.
No. Hold on. No. It was No Nut November.
There's also No Shave November. There's a couple.
No,
of them.
I know. But this is the springboard off of No Nut November. This is Destroy Your Dick December. So now that you can jack off, this is the fucking antithesis or the ebb of the flow of that.
Just like some sort of weird like bukkake Christmas.
No, now that you can nut, now you destroy your dick by nutting.
Right? Yeah, just nut. Just make sure you nut anywhere and everywhere you can.
Hey, I don't know. We'll have to find out tomorrow. That's what we're gonna find out tomorrow. So we're going over deep fried pizza. Heinz Ketchup came up with a tattoo label, and everybody's getting Heinz Ketchup.
Hey, you know what? It's a very novel marketing idea.
No, just like what Subway did, and a handful of other people have already done this. Not making a label that you can get tattooed on you but Subway has done a tattoo thing where you get free lifetime subs if you get their logo tattoo on you.
Oh, I gotcha. Still a novel idea.
Other people did that. No, of course, it's great marketing fucking ploy because guess what? I can literally go get your fucking logo tattooed on me, and I can go get it covered up the next day.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? I literally, but I'm not gonna do this. And or you know, funny would be is
unless you need to show it to get the subs.
Yeah.
Although it would be a fucking they give you a card or whatever.
Oh,
but anyways, what'd be funny though is to get it in my arsehole or like in between your cheeks, like it said Bubway or like boob say, and you have to like spread your butt cheeks to like make
it. No.
I forgot to show it every time. There you go. You know what I'm saying?
I guess you just have to show evidence that you got it, and then you get the card, and yeah, that's true.
You have it in your thigh or something like that. Like
you get it like on the outside of the cheeks. It says like what they want, and then when you spread them, it kind of like ruins the message somehow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You get it between your butt cheeks. Or like in between your fingers,
but like,
and then you have to like that shows it, but it says Bubway or Subay or something, and then you're like, oh, there's it, like, yeah.
You know, my mind just went to was, you ever seen the movie Down Periscope?
Yeah.
Kelsey's Grammer has
catching
on his dick, but when he's not hard, it says WB or something or WD.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Simile. Although you put it under your gut or something like that.
Yeah, under your fupa.
Lift up your fat roll every single time to like show them. That'd be amazing because just to make it like embarrassing for everybody in there besides you, because at some point you're not going to be embarrassing with like I don't care about showing off any of my tattoos or doing whatever, so if get it somewhere where if you have to show it, fucking make it embarrassing as fuck for everybody else in the room and not you.
That's right. You gotta
no
put it somewhere you're gonna enjoy it.
Al, the best cult is Blue Oyster Cult. That's
Blue Oyster Cult.
That's right, Blue Oyster Cult. I agree.
Well, I was thinking like I could start one tomorrow, and then I could be the guy, the Al.
Well,
the Al.
I already started my own cult. It's on Facebook. Look it up. Torturing Slim the Living Cyborg.
It's on Facebook.
It's on Facebook. It's when people staple money to me. And
I think I am 85 years old.
Exactly, totes. You're totally 85 years old. Anyways, but I have my own cult on there, and we have over 500 people. So I actually have my own cult technically, and it is people abusing my body to give repentance for whatever they've done. So I'm actually better than Jesus Christ. Never mind. I'm sorry. I'm not. I did say that, and I'm not sorry.
You are real. I mean, I'll give you that.
Yeah, and you can totally hurt me in repentance for whatever you did. And you know what? I mean, I'll let you put things inside of me for money. Anyways, we'll talk about that later. I meant like, staples and needles and never mind. We'll talk about the we'll talk
Mango,
about the
write it down.
We'll talk about the strap-on dildos later, and vibrators, and butt plugs, and
poor Micros must have a room. It's gonna have a room with all of your stories just in files. We got to talk about this. It's just this file full.
She has a file cabinet.
It's gonna be a closet.
Full.
I was gonna say.
She has a file cabinet already of talk about it later.
It's a high density file system with like the wheels that you can
yeah.
You can only open one at a time.
What?
Yeah. I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah.
To save room.
We used to put those in lawyers' offices back in the day.
Oh, it's so funny.
What's the Dewey Decimal System? She has the Dewey Decimal System set up just for my talk about it later. So.
Dewey Decimal is like so old school. Though.
I know. But I had to pull that out of my arse because
I might need to call in the librarian. Dewey Decimal System.
She's got everything color coded, the whole 9 yards.
Coded, all of that exactly. Okay, so
card catalogs. It took up half the damn library. Like it was card catalog.
Those cards, you had to go through the cards. Yeah, I remember those.
Oh, okay, so here below. This is how we're going to leave this as a palate cleanser.
Whoa! Hey! Wake up!
Whoa!
God, this is one I've seen. Yes, dude's asleep in the buggy.
I haven't seen
He is past the fuck out. He's drunk as fuck. Just wait.
The horse will bring him home.
And that's why I had my.
That's what they were saying. Yeah, the horse will take him home because they know that's the horse knows how to get home.
Yeah, but they do follow him, and
they're still trying to run his plates.
418.
Because it's still dangerous for that.
It is still dangerous. Oh yeah.
It is. Yeah.
BOGUE. We got a drunk Amish guy passed down the buggy.
Especially with the buggy not having they really don't have lights in front of them and stuff, do they?
Eastbound on Bogue.
It does have a small amount of lights, but not really headlights.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy, he's passed clean out. He's slumped over.
But
yeah.
No, I mean I'm yelling, whoa, and no. I'm gonna see if I can get in front of him and slow down.
421. I mean, I can just pull back on the reins.
Well, you have to get close enough to get to it, and it's trotting at a decent pace, so it's not slow. Yeah, and then it hits.
It just ran into the car.
He just rammed it into my car.
Yep. Because the horse doesn't understand.
No, I didn't worry about the horse spooking and hurting people.
Yeah, well, that was the problem for sure.
This is kind of a scary situation all around.
Is Amir, does somebody want to see this guy go all sob sit on him?
Oh man!
I don't need a license to travel.
I'm traveling.
I'm just,
I'm not driving.
This is non-commercial.
That's right.
There was a show about like this Amish mafia guy too, right?
I don't contract with you. Yeah, Irish mafia
guy.
There is Amish mafia. It's fucking
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
It's insane.
Okay, grab the horse. I saw that doesn't do any more damage, please.
Yeah, no, there is like insane mafia.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly.
Rammed it into my car.
That is a fancy buggy. This is like a kid getting caught with his dad's Maserati.
Coming around to grab him. I don't want him
look at all the colored trim on this. Look at all this. It's all fancy.
It's
a fancy buggy.
A red buggy.
He must. I'll say he must have some money, but he's Amish, so.
Oh yeah, They do have money. Those guys have money.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Oh yeah, they have
actually,
money. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, look, I think that's the light.
spend
That's
it
the
on?
light
Yeah,
reflecting off
they
of the
sell
pen there.
they do a lot of business off their own land, which like making
Oh yeah,
furniture,
they make
making
so much stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, they make a bunch of crap and they sell it around the world. And like I said, there's Amish mafia.
The craftsmanship that they do in the carpentry and woodworking trade, and their farming and their land working is on point. I'll give them
Man,
that.
they can put up
across the board.
a barn like nobody. Anyways, let's keep going.
Yeah.
Want to hear something weird? There's a motel less than 2 miles from where I live.
Okay.
That was bought about 20 years ago by Buddhist monks.
Really?
Now the only people that stay in it are Buddhist monks that come here to visit. That's it.
How often
They can stay here for free too. It's like they just come and stay and then leave.
Wow, it's interesting.
Huh, okay.
We have a Tibetan monk temple
21
near our house somewhere that they just did a little while ago.
There used to be one of those in Point Loma in San Diego that we used to go visit because during the day or during certain hours, you could go into the garden and walk around while these monks were sitting there and meditating or giving omelets to different things for different times of the year for different reasons. You know, it was amazing. You just couldn't talk. You had to be quiet, which is hard for us fucking dumb fucks. You know what I'm saying? We got kicked out of there multiple times.
Must have been rough.
About it. Yeah.
I don't think
But
I
we
could
had
do
one
it.
of those around us.
Well, for right now, until I can determine on who you are, let me see your hand. I'm going to detain
He is
you.
drunk.
All right.
Why are you handcuffing him in the front, you weirdo? That's weird.
He's Amish. He's not going to hurt him. He's Amish. Amish aren't violent people.
Well,
are
and
they?
he's a white boy, so of course he's not a threat.
Well, I don't think there's any black Amish, so just saying.
No, well, that's what I'm saying. He's not a threat.
He's young.
He's
If you look,
white.
he's really young too.
And he is young, so and he's very docile. He's not causing.
That's what I'm saying. He's not going to cause problems.
Leave him right
Yeah.
there. No, just hang on.
Just every time I got handcuffed, it was between the legs. Oh, that's never mind. That's something
You charge
different.
29 for a head injury for the driver.
What you got in your pocket? You got any-
Okay, so literally that was all. That's pretty much all of it. Yeah,
Alright.
there's nothing much to get out of that. All right, folks. There we
You're
go
not gonna,
with.
you're not gonna go back to that Mennonite porn where the girl had her elbow showing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you all want to see elbows, there you go. Anyways, anyways,
Put those away.
so
I thought you said you studied fashion in college there, and now you're like protesting the whole thing by not wearing anything.
exactly, yeah,
Alright.
yeah, that's exactly what's happening. No,
That's fair. Can you tell us what's going on
Hey,
tomorrow?
I did know about all the different lengths of the things for certain reasons. Okay, I did know those things for the right reasons.
That narrows it down.
Exactly. Hey, I may be a little drunk right now and exhausted and stoned, but that, anyways.
But your
That's
horse
all
is
that
in
I
the
had.
stable, and your buggy is lashed fast.
It just
hip
kept
post,
going.
right? So
Yeah, and I put
All
the
right.
horse away wet. Never put your donkey away wet. Anyway, don't put your ass away wet. That's all I get. That's the best advice I got.
Remember
for
Good
you.
Night Moon
Anyways,
sequel? Put
yeah.
away wet.
But yeah, exactly. Totally.
Those that watched Pip on Friday will understand where that comes from.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. Go and watch
Man.
Pip's stream.
Pip's
If you don't
stream, you'll see
know
where-
how to get there,
I've
go look in the
seen
description.
that one a couple of times.
Yeah, and anyways, thank you all very much. Tomorrow is
Thank you,
Drunk
Slim.
News.
Mhm.
We have the ketchup tattoo label, deep fried pizza, security robot, and and 2 other sub imajects that I did say earlier. So everybody join us for that. What we're going to be doing is stream is going to be happening a little bit later, just like we've been doing the last couple of days. It's either going to be happening on 3:30 or 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, because some of the peoples won't be joining us.
Gotcha.
So it's going to be a little bit more American centralized, because it makes it easier for me and a couple other people here on the panel that are here. So hopefully our European friends can still join us, but it makes it easier for me to do it a little bit later, so that I can get things done before the stream. So thank you all very much. We'll see you tomorrow. I think Thursday is going to be the Flat Earth dunces. And I have 2 streams we're going to kind of go over a little bit. We may just go over just individual short things, and if we do that, then and Monday will be crazy shite. We'll go over a Flat Earth stream or interview or whatever. Maybe I haven't decided 100% what we're going to do for Monday, but then there's that, and then I have a bunch of new themes that we're going to try to go over, and then we'll get back to the cryptids and aliens and a handful of other things in the near future. Everybody seemed to love crackpot conspiracies, and so we'll be doing that a lot more as well. So thank you all very much for being here, and we'll see you next time. Everybody say bye.
Bye. Bye. Thank you for having